Okay, Boi Durty, how you doing today?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Huh?
I'm blessed. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing good. You ready for your interview?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. Growing up between Jamaica and Tampa, what sounds lived mm, what sounds lived in your house and neighborhood?
Of course, Caribbean music was heavy, but gospel was one of the main drives for my family. We listened to a lot of gospel music because my mother was heavy in gospel. So, yeah, gospel was the main thrive. And then, of course, listening to reggae like Bob Marley and all of the greats. So, yeah.
Okay. Um, as a protege of Chris Juan, am I saying that right?
Chris Wan, yeah.
Okay. And bro, Marquise, what was the game lesson they gave you that saved you money or headache later? And describe a studio or backstage moment with them that shifted how you negotiate.
Okay. Well, working with Fresh Kadites and Brother Marquise was always an honor and a privilege to be a part of that legacy. I learned a lot from them. First off, of how to be being a man and being knowing how to handle this industry because this industry is definitely hard if you don't know how to deal with it. And being backstage, I've watched how promoters try to negotiate certain things and then they'll tell you no. But I've watched how Fresh and Marquise was like, hey, look, this is what you're gonna do. They got to pay you half before you even walk out that hotel room, before
That's
you even
right.
leave your city. And then when you get before you walk on stage, you get the other half. So I learned the negotiating art of like, you want me on here, you brought me here. You want me to put the butts in the seat. Make sure you're taking care of me so I can take care of my family.
That's right. That's right. All right. During your slamming bound sound and Warner Brothers era, what gatekeepers or systems did you have to beat to get heard?
Um, Back then it was you fought against a lot of the DJs. The DJs are the key though. Being a new artist and you're coming up and making sure that your record get played, you want to be able to have a really good connection with the DJs. So it's a lot of people that certain promoters back in the day wouldn't allow you to even get to the DJs to even talk to them. So you had to be able to find another way. So like a lot of the DJs back in the day with me, I used to go up like I was a promoter myself. I'm like, hey man, I need y'all to play this record. And see, they respected the promoters back then when promoters was actually legit. They
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. There's too many janky promoters now. So, but when they was legit, the DJs respected that. So I had to learn how to just go up there and play the record. Once they love the record, I come back later and tell them, hey, guess what? That's me. I appreciate y'all playing the record. So now that they're playing it and they see the crowd going crazy over it, it's just the way you have to deal with a lot of gatekeepers. But now, you know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to provide to other newer artists is all that gatekeeper mentality, all of the how they try to keep you out of the game. I want to stop that. So I'm trying to bring all the coaches together and we work together as one.
Okay.
Always struggling to find that perfect tee? Dyme Squad's Libra Season Collection Organic Cotton T-shirt is the answer. Slip it on and boom. Instant comfort and style without the eco-guilt. It's like wearing a cloud, but make it fashion. Certified organic, soft as a puppy's ear and fits like a dream. Wore it to brunch and even the avocado toast was jealous. Grab yours now and level up your wardrobe game.
Walk us through a day in the life from that period studio, street, promo, radio runs, and one decision, you'd repeat exactly the same today?
Well, coming up, what I will repeat really is really all of it, because you have to watch, repeat, and rinse it again and keep doing it. The streets, the level of it is getting. I'm used to going out with the posters and doing the little what we call flashbangs. Like, you'll take 60 to 90 people that might know you and go into a clothing store that everybody shop at. And then you have 60 people that know you. They start screaming like you the Backstreet Boys or something. That makes everybody else noisy. They like, man, well, who is this? They want to know who you are and they want to get to know you better. So, and then being in the studio, I was just a workaholic. It was like, I felt like nobody can outwork me in the studio. I've been that way. I started, my mother raised me that way. Even working with gospel artists, it taught me that before you release your first single, you got to at least have 75 songs recorded. That
Hmm.
means that you have to be able to build a catalog that makes everybody know that you have a book, that you're ready for the industry. And then, far as the traveling and all that other stuff like that, it was I'm an entertainer. You know what I'm saying? I want to get on stage and make the crowd go crazy. That's me. Like, I have T-shirts that I wear when I come out to say I'm here for your fans. Like, I ain't talking to nobody before the show. I talk to you afterwards. But before the show, it's war for me. I've been by
Yeah.
me being in the military, I was trained a certain way how to think. So when I'm going out there, I want to see you have a good time, because like, if you come out with your homegirls and y'all out there, I want to make sure y'all have a good time, screaming,
Yeah.
yelling, sweat, and you go home and you tired and y'all mad at me because I made y'all sweat and dance too much. Then I feel good. So that's what we missing, and we missing the feeling of hip hop. So I want to bring that back.
Okay, okay. Um, choose one record. What was the original tempo, key, and sample or sound palette? Who was in the room? What almost got cut, and what last minute changes made the record connect?
Um, I would say the record "Where the Booty At" with Devastator X. That was a big record back, because at that time it was "Whoop, where the booty at" and all that stuff like that. It almost leaked when it was because bass music was heavy back then. It was like
Yeah,
everybody was almost doing practically the same thing. So it's like everybody wavelength was on the same thing. It almost got out, but the kid, it was never really no sample. I take that back. It was Clear. It was an old record called Clear that made, what I'm saying? Clear was the sample, and the key that record was in was, strangely enough, it was in C. And it was something that we wanted to create, a high tempo, high energy. Everything that came out of Miami and out of Florida was high tempo. It made
hmm,
your heart race. It made you dance, have a good time. So that's what I want to get back to, because right now, the tempos are like maybe 123, 124, and you just bopping and you worrying about, shooting your ops or whatever. That's all they doing. But
yeah,
I want to get you to dance when you tired. When you get off the
yes.
dance floor, your feet hurting. I want girls to walk out the club. So I'm telling all the ladies out there, I want y'all to walk out the club, take your shoes off, and walking on the nasty floor because you tired, because you're
That's
sick
how
of
it
me.
used to be back in the day. When
Yeah,
I was in the club, it was like that.
yeah,
It was fun.
yeah.
When you merged your labels and secured distribution with Allen Def Jam, what were the three hardest contracts to negotiate? Share one clause you insist on now to protect artist ownership and cash flow.
Um, Publishing. Publishing is the hardest thing you negotiate with any label, because if you're an independent coming up, they automatically want 50% of what you make. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have that catalog, what we talked about earlier, that's where you lose the battle, because I always tell artists to make sure that you have something that you can hold on, that you have some type of value. Because if you don't have no value or no worth to these labels, they're not going to care about all that. They'll put you in a 360 deal, take your show money, your likeness, and they'll go about your business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of artists don't know now. What the big thing about it is, as soon as you sign a deal, they sign you an insurance policy to your life too. So you're worth more dead than you are alive, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? And then you never want to get in debt with people. So publishing is the number one thing that you should always make sure you have taken care of, signing a record deal ain't nothing. I always tell people when you sign that label deal with a major, that just solidifies that, okay, you're no longer a number. You're no longer independent. You got a real team pushing you. But a lot of artists make the mistake of realizing that that record, your contract don't start until the label puts something out on you. So if you signed a 5-year deal and then they didn't put nothing out until that 5th year, that's when your contract actually started on that 5th year. Now you got 4 additional years on top of that. So now, theoretically, you've been signed to the label for 10 years and you ain't do nothing.
Yeah. Wow. If a listener plays Smoke One, You Didn't See It Coming, Real, and Apply Pressure back to back, what sonic or thematic through line ties them together?
Oh, that's a good one. So Smoke One at that time when it was really big with when everybody was like Snoop Dogg, loving Snoop Dogg and everything he was doing, that was more of me introducing myself to the world as saying, I'm here. I'm speaking out on my own now. I'm not under the umbrella of what we did with Two Live Crew. That was that one. Then when I came back, what you didn't see it coming is basically me saying, I told you. and then now that it's there, and then Real was basically, I got to a point, it's in your career, everybody's like, man, is you real, this, and this, and I want to explain to people, you can be real without killing somebody. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
You can be real without being, you just have, it's the way you, your energy when you walk in the room. And then Apply Pressure was just basically saying, okay, now I'm finna apply pressure and I'm not gonna stop. So now that y'all took those bodies of work from me, now I'm not gonna stop, and that's basically what Apply Pressure, that gave you more, you starting to learn more of who I've become as an artist outside of the production. Now, this latest album I'm working on, they will know me personally inside and out by the time this album is done. And it's titled after my mom. It's called Gloria Jean's Son. So that's coming out soon. So I'm excited about that.
Okay. I look forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, beautiful people, this is your girl Karen White, and I just wanted to give big thanks to Diamond Allure and the Dyme Squad Media for the love and support they've shown me. Being featured in your magazine was an honor, so I appreciate all you do to uplift artists and the culture. Thank you.
You've worked with Akon, Snoop Dogg, Gene Wine, H-Town, Lil Wayne, Ice Cube, The Lynch Mob, Two Live Crew, of course. What's your pre-session ritual to lock chemistry quickly?
I mean, before I get on stage, I pray before I do anything. So that's my pre-ritual with everything. I walk away from everybody, no matter who I'm performing with, and I go talk to God first, and then once I finish talking to Him, then I get on stage and I do the most then, because I'm ready, because I feel like He's ordained everything, He's set me free, and then I just black out, and then it's for the crowd. What I give the crowd is what everything He's giving me. So I know they want high energy and all that stuff, so I give them everything.
Okay. Give me a concrete example. A hook you rewrote on the spot, cadence you borrowed through then flipped, or a note a legend gave you that made the final take undeniable.
Yeah, so they I would say excuse me. I would say doing that would be the legend, that would probably be apply pressure. The song, it was called which one, that the motel song. You had to do is let's make a movie. It was more basically, listen, at that time I was trying to come up with that pitch. That's when T-Pain was really big and coming up with the auto tune and stuff like that. And I had to figure out a way how to do it and not really sound like him. But when I did the let's make a movie, it actually kind of worked out, because basically you're telling a person you want to make lights, camera, action is on. It's between you and the female. Y'all want to make a movie, that type, some personal stuff. But it worked, and everybody loved it. So I was like, it was dope. Yeah.
That's good. Um, After losing your twin daughters and their mother to a drunk driver, what was the exact moment you decided to find to found finally there's hope?
Honestly, it took me a while before I did it. It was I was 5 years after I lost my girls and their mom. It took me 5 years to even want to talk to anybody. Like I didn't want to talk to anybody. I shut off from the world. I was already still active in the military, so I jumped overseas, and I was the perfect weapon for them at that time. I didn't care about. It's sad to say, that's when you have those suicidal thoughts and all that stuff. I didn't care about life because I was like, why am I here and they can't be here? So I was at that point in my life, and then I think when I came back and talked to my mom before she passed, she was just like, "Baby, you're gonna want to love somebody. You're gonna want to open your heart up again." And then she was like, "You, all I want you to do is help people. You see what I'm doing?" And when she said that, it clicked, and I knew, Kanisha wouldn't have never wanted me to just mope. So that's when I started. I found hope in my mother's words. So that's why, hence the name of the company. Finally, there's hope. So that's what I did.
Okay, okay. My son passed away in 2020. He was
I know.
disabled. He had a severe seizure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. My condolences, Ma.
My condolences to you too as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Um, when you feel underestimated, what's your playbook?
I mean, I just again I'm very spiritual, so I always go back to I pray, man. A lot of people have their habits, their addictions that they have to grab on to try to make them comfort. My addiction is God. When I talk to him, I'm good. I feel better after that because once I know that he answers my prayers, then everybody in trouble. Because
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
that's right.
because they see me one way. They see the Two Live Crew. They see me and they're dirty because that was the whole idea of the whole concept behind Boy Dirty. When they hear the name Dirty, they're like, "Oh, he might be nasty. I can't listen to him, girl." Good. I want you to think that because it's a shock thing. But dirty stands for don't underestimate real talent you heard. So I want people to be shocked about or the name, and when they come to the arena, like I'm not no stranger. I tell people I am the Bernie Mac of hip hop. I'm gonna say the things that you want to say, but you're afraid to say. I'm gonna say it on the record, and that's what
Mm,
people want to hear. Most people love the shock therapy, so I'm here to get it to them.
all right. All right. How do you how do you structure releases now? Singles, canons, visual rollouts, playlisting, and like licensing strategy for real and apply pressure.
Yeah, it's all about creating the right media run. So basically, I would always start off with making sure you got to have a good team around you because if you don't have a good team, you're going to fail immediately. But when you do that, you have to come up with different strategies that's going to help you promote and sell the record. So with the Apply Pressure, that was Fresh Kid Ice's whole idea of doing. He named the album. So once he
Mm,
named the album Apply Pressure, it was basically me saying that I'm not going to stop. I'm going to attack until we hit it in a certain way. Radio is important. Making sure you set up all the interviews like what we're doing with you, like yourself. When you roll out anything, you got to make sure that you are visible. Like I told my team at the beginning of September, I said I wanted to be busy. I don't care. I should not be sitting still when we're getting ready to promote an album. So that's
that's
the same
right.
way like DJ Khaled. Khaled, when he released a record, he's on everything. He's on McDonald's commercials. He's getting on your nerve, and it's always we the best. So I'm like, okay, well he do it. I'm gonna do the same thing, and get people excited about the project. So that's basically those are the key. Knowing how to have a great team, getting your product ready, make sure that you have your records media based and coded to all the artists out there that don't understand what that is. Take the time to look it up, Google it, what's media based, what is the importance of having your record coded because that's how you get paid. If your record is not coded, when the radio station is playing your record, they can't find you. So when the record release, it goes to every, a real campaign, it goes to every radio station. They already have it in their database, but if you still send them a package, it's nice for them to have.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Well, can you tell everyone how they can find you on social media?
All right. Well, right now we got one of the livest lives on TikTok. So if y'all ain't doing nothing, y'all always check us out every night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's on TikTok under @Block Runners Entertainment. On IG is Iambdurty. That's Iambdurty on all platforms. And you can find me on Snapchat. You can find me on all of them. But I be on Instagram and TikTok. Well, TikTok the most. TikTok done took over my life for some reason. But
Mine
but
too.
yeah, so yeah, I'm definitely on all of that. So that's all the platforms if anybody want to find me. Or if it's too hard to remember, just go to BlockRunnersEntertainment.com and then y'all can find me.
Okay. It's been an honor interviewing you tonight.
Thank you. It's an honor. It's a pleasure too. Thank you.
Yes. Maybe we could do an article on you for the magazine.
Awesome. I'll be looking forward for it.
Now, if you want to know how I stand here erected here on this position that got you to listen, or to rock the mic by Malik Majid, I laid it out in my published composition. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah.